What's your mobile number?
07 700 900 352.
And brass size?
3040.
Lovely. Do you vote Labour?
Sorry, I was watching this weird sketch. That's what you were hearing there. If you heard any of that. We're back. We're gonna finish this shit off. I feel like I'm so close to the end. Let's just power through it. It's like I like this game, but it's like it kills me how slow it moves at times. In a way, I think it's like part of the challenge of this game. It's like a rage game. It's like a rage game where you have to like endure watching somebody be like, I looked at this DVD, the letter D. D is for duck, and you're like, oh god, no, stick with the DVD, or you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, it didn't start me where I expected it to. Let's just skip through to the next part. That was the first. Will I be able to talk about the unerring march of time with such serenity when I'm at my grandmother's age? Will I be able to accept my gradual decline and decay as a natural part of life? Or will I struggle against it? Will I try and fight the flow of fate, like a swimmer out at sea attempting to combat a fierce tidal wave? I don't know. I can't imagine coming to terms with a concept as all-consuming as my own death. But I'm still young. I have a long life still ahead of me. My grandmother, meanwhile, has already lived most of hers. We have different perspectives. I have time to get to where my grandmother is right now. Yeah, I think you made that clear. You don't have to say that. Time is limited, I know that. But when you're young, it seems to stretch out endlessly, infinitely. There's a whole wide world out there for me to explore. I'm just getting started. Yeah, we get the idea, man. Now you. Do you think you should be leaving soon? Yes, let's leave soon. Leaving. Yes. Leave. To your home, your family. They're probably missing you. Ah. She's right. I only ever intended to stay here for a couple of days. Now those couple of days have passed. However, I wouldn't mind staying here a little bit longer. That's sweet. It's very sweet of you, dear, but don't you know what day it is? December 31st. New Year's. I'm supposed to be at the local shrine with Mom and Dad and Otoko tonight. I almost forgot. How could I forget? That's right, you should be going. Your parents will miss you. I'm sure Otoko won't. What about the trains? I don't know if they'll be running. I went outside this morning and the snow isn't quite as thick as it was yesterday. I think the trains will be running again. And failing that, you can take the bus. My grandmother smiled coyly. Though I'm not sure I trust Mr. Nakamura. I shudder. He drove like a man possessed yesterday. And I thought I was supposed to be the one in contact with the spirits. Maybe he wanted to show off, but that's not every day he meets a pretty young girl on his bus route. And from Tokyo, no less. Men are always showing off. That's something I don't miss about being young. You didn't like the attention? It's fine when it comes from attractive young men, but people like Mr. Nakamura? Oh shit. Now. He's young enough to be your son. You should feel thankful. I'd rather not. He isn't my type. If the way he handles his bus is indicative of how he handles his women, I'd fear for my safety. Now that's a mental image I don't need. Sorry, dear. I can't help it. I was jerked around so much on that awful bus. I worry it took years off my life. Oh my god. I hope not. My grandmother notices my discomfort and smiles, resting a hand on my shoulder. It was a figure of speech, you. Oh, right. I should stop taking you so seriously. Almost everything that comes out of her mouth seems like some kind of silly joke. She's always been this way. I know I like telling jokes, dear, but even I have important things to say sometimes, and I think you should spend this day with your family. You're my family, too. I know, and I had a wonderful time with you, but don't worry. We'll have more wonderful times together in the future. In the new year, and the year after that. You promise? Of course. I might be old, but I'm not at death's door just yet. It's like I told you last night. I'm going to live on so I can hear all of your stories. Then I'll do my best to create some stories worthy of your attention. That's the spirit! My grandmother ruffles my hair, and for once it doesn't annoy me. In fact, I think I quite like it. I like being with my grandmother. I never thought I'd have cause to say this in my life, but She really does mean a lot to me. I suppose the old saying is really true. Blood is thicker than water. I was a fool not to realize it sooner, but at least I wasn't too late. I think that's the biggest blessing of all. Oh my god, really? Trophy earned credits, wow. He didn't even make up with his sister. Writing Ebihime, programming Ebihime. Wait, is that really a person's name? Sprites, Neo, CG's, Sisson. Backgrounds, Nuge. Interface, DS Sans. Music, Tiber Alex. Sound effects, Pond 5, Sound Dogs, Yuzuki. Fonts, Foglethan, Gluck. Source Sans Pro, Paul D. Hunt. I like how this game lets you skip through the credits, so I hit X now, and then it pops to the next part. Proofreaders, Zolf, Yuzuki. This is actually the most brilliant part of the game. This is the best credit sequence I've ever seen. It's interactive credits. Actually, Engine, Renpi, Piton. It's like, I feel like the problem with visual novel games is that they're not interactive enough. Thank you for reading. You're welcome. Thank you for the story. Oh wait, okay, good. He's trying to give her a kimono. Or he's just, oh, maybe he hasn't given her the kimono yet. Maybe he's just talked to her about the kimono. For the last time, I am not wearing a kimono. Yes, okay, I was surprised. I was shocked that they didn't give us a final scene with Otoko, where he gives her the gift or whatever. But Otome, I think it would suit you. So I think we're gonna give her that nice kimono, maybe. No, it wouldn't. They're so hard to walk in. Old-fashioned, too. But I bought one for you specially. Oh, she bought it for her already. Then that's all the more reason not to wear it. No offense, Mom, but your fashion sense leaves a lot to be desired. Come on, darling. Your mother spent a long time choosing this kimono for you. Don't you want to make her happy? This isn't just about making me happy, Kaname. This is a tradition. I don't care about traditions. They're so constrictive. But it is a quintessential part of our culture. And so stuffy. Old-fashioned kimono like that will look really great with dyed hair like this, won't it? Otoko tugs at a strand of her auburn hair and scowls. No way. I'm not wearing it. Well, this girl does have a point. Our Otoko always has been so unique. That's Otome! Otome, sorry, see what I mean? Dad smiles at Otoko. Her name is Otome, bitch, fondly. You always do things your own way. I think it's inspirational. We've raised you to have a good head on your shoulders. Exactly. I'm being myself. Is that really such a bad thing? Well... Mom falters. She frowns. I suppose not, but... What do you think about this, you? Who, me? Yes, you. You're part of this family too, aren't you? Don't you have an opinion? I hope he brought over the kimono. That'd be cool. I bite my lower lip. I don't really want to get involved in this debate, but what's the point? No matter what I say, I'm going to upset somebody. And this whole time, I just want to eat my dinner in peace. I think Otome will be fine, Mom. She's old enough to wear what she wants. I know she can wear what she wants, but I want her to look like she's made an effort. I always made an effort. I care about my appearance, you know? I can tell as much... Oh, that was okay, sorry. I can tell as much, dear, but New Year's an important time and... Oh, leave the girl alone, Hisako. Otome looks nice no matter what she wears. I'm sure all the boys will be after her, kimono or not. I'm not saying she won't look nice, but it's the tradition. Traditions come and go. A lot of young girls go to the shrine wearing their casual clothes nowadays. Take that Amiri for one. I know, but it's the first shrine visit of the new year. I don't see how that makes any difference. Why should I have to get all dressed up to go to a local shrine? It seems like a waste of time. Kimonos are awfully fiddly. I can't wrap my head around them. Tell me about it. They're like something Grandma would wear. I don't know if she can manage her kimono anymore. She used to wear them all the time, but she's been letting herself go a bit lately, ever since Dad passed on. There, you see? Not even Grandma wears kimonos anymore. Why should I have to? Oh, very well. If you really can't persuade it, I suppose I'll let it slide. Ha! Thanks, Dad. Dad winks at Otoko and ruffles her hair. Anytime, sweetheart. I know Otoko doesn't like it when people play with her hair. It always takes her a while to fix it, but she endures my father's affection with a forced smile. Dad's always doting on Otoko. I know he likes her best, though he never says it. Parents aren't supposed to have favorites, but Dad's fondness for my little sister is so obvious. You can see it all over his face. That's just Stockholm Syndrome, man. Relax. If you can change your mind, though, I'll let you put your kimono on your bed. It would seem a shame to waste it after I bought it for you. Thanks for the consideration, but I don't think I will. What I'm wearing right now is fine. Mom pinches her lips together like a martyr, her expression one of suffering. If you say so, dear. But maybe I'll touch up my makeup again, like you said, Mom. It is New Year's. I want to look my best. I think your makeup looks fine already, dear. Mom tries to reassure my little sister, but Otoko's isn't listening. She's already walking away. My mother sighs and massages her temples with her fingertips. She looks tired. That daughter of ours. She's always been so willful. I don't think that's a bad thing. She's not that sort of girl who will get taken advantage of. Not like you here. What do you mean? Not like me. You can be a bit of a pushover sometimes. You used to get so scared of my mother's silly ghost stories. That was when I was a child, Dad. Maybe so, but you still look like a child to me. Gee, thanks. Well, no matter what you look like, you've been managing it in Tokyo well enough the last year. I guess my little boy's growing up after all. My dad smiles at me. For once, it doesn't look like he's making fun of me. I'd be more touched by his words if he didn't sound so very surprised. Did you think I was going to implode upon moving away from home? I think I've been getting on fine, Dad. You have. We're very proud of you. You just don't seem like the sort who'd be living in the city, that's all. You've always been a country boy, not like our Otoko. I bet she could go anywhere she wants, do anything she wants, no problem. I'm not scared of her. Unlike me. I sigh. I know my dad means well, but he's so loud and full of bluster. He sometimes says hurtful things without really thinking. It's painfully obvious how I compare to Otoko in his mind. Dad places a lot more faith in his headstrong, short-tempered daughter than he does in me, his older son. Don't look so down, you. I'm not trying to insult you. I believe in you, and I'm glad you're taking care of yourself so well. But you can't deny that you and your sister are different. Maybe we're too different. I must say, I wish you would get on more. I so wanted you to have a sibling to play with you, but you've never really liked each other. Siblings are always at each other's throats. My dad had an older sister, and he said she was always playing tricks on him. I'm glad I was only a child. I'm glad I was an only child, sorry. Jesus, I was hoping the game would go on after the credits, but this is a lie. It's like this scene is running along and going all over the place. It's like, I thought he was just gonna give her the damn kimono and she'd be happy. That could be like the epilogue. This is that long ass after the credits scene. This is like, it fits the game well though. This is what you expect from a long-winded game. Long-winded, that's the word. This game is long-winded and flighty. Those are the words. Long-winded, flighty. I think there's another one, like a propensity to be sidetracked. That's what this game has. It just sidetracks itself every moment. Like this conversation is totally unnecessary, but they're just throwing it in. Like they cared. The guys who made this game cared so little about the mom and dad characters that they didn't put their proper names up there, and they didn't bother to create sprites for them. And then I have to have a whole damn scene with them with no visuals and a meaningless conversation. It's like so annoying. It's a pity. I got along well with my brothers myself. I just wish Mom and Dad started talking across the dinner table, mostly about me and Otoko. It's almost like they've forgotten I'm still here and I can hear them. Parents are like that. Yeah, you've forgotten what they look like though. They always seem to forget that their children are their own separate people rather than extensions of themselves. I've already eaten my dinner and there's not much point sitting here any longer. In fact, I'm starting to feel restless. I need to go and talk to Otoko. I have something I need to give her. Yep, it's gonna be, I bet they're gonna surprise us and it's gonna be the kimono. But there's also a possibility it's just the earrings. I get to my feet, which prompts Mom to look at me curiously. Where are you going, you? We'll be setting off soon. I know, I just need to have a word with my sister, bitch. Ooh, are you going to try to convince her to wear the kimono for me? Chance would be a fine thing. What? Chance would be a fine thing? I doubt a herd of wild buffalo could convince Otoko to do anything she doesn't want to do. She's always been so stubborn. Chance would be a fine thing? I don't understand what that means. There's something I need to give her, that's all. A present? Maybe. I'm not sure if Otoko would accept my peace offering. I doubt the set of hairpins I brought for her will be to her taste. They're not something she'll be able to couple with her short skirts and shorter shorts. Well, I say that, but I know I should make an effort. There's no harm in trying. Oh darn, I was hoping he had the kimono and they were going to surprise us with him giving her the grandmother's new kimono. It's been a while since I went to Otoko's bedroom. This is mostly owing to the fact that I spent the last 8 years away at university. But I don't think I would have gone in here, even if I had been at home. I don't like Otoko enough to invade her inner sanctum, and I don't think Otoko likes me enough to allow me entry. That's what I assumed anyway. But to my surprise, Otoko opened her door to me with nothing more than a raised eyebrow and a biting, "Well, don't just stand there, come in." Her bedroom is more or less the same as I remember it. Her bedspread and pillowcase are a cute pastel pink, as her curtains and the circular rug on her floor. There's an odd, old worn strawberry plush on her bed, lying against the pillows. I think it's a holdover from Otoko's childhood. She used to love strawberries, and she always tied her hair up with strawberry-shaped ties. Her desk is pushed into a corner with her laptop and desk and lamp, and a few other bits and pieces strewn across it. It's a typical girl's bedroom, I suppose, but it doesn't quite suit the girl who actually owns it, with her dyed hair and her fashionable clothes. Otoko has outgrown her bedroom, just like Alice in Wonderland. She's become so huge, figuratively, not literally, that it can't quite contain her anymore. I frown. Have you thought about doing a bit more with this place? There's no point. I'm not going to stay here much longer. I was reading it with Yu's voice I was reading Yu's line with her voice by accident. You have another 2 years before you can actually go to university. Oh God, don't remind me. You're making me want to kill myself. With what? I'll find a way. I can be very resourceful. Otoko glanced distractedly at the folded kimono lying on her bed. There's a matching obi and a delicate pair of toe socks. Otoko looks at them with undisguised disgust. Urgh. Does he think I'm not old enough to dress myself? I think she wanted to get you a present. But she should know I don't like wearing stuff like this. When was the last time I wore a kimono anyway? Years ago. I shift, suddenly awkward. The plastic bag I'm clutching behind my back crumples between my fingers. Maybe this is a bad idea after all. So... Otoko gives me a lofty look, like she's some kind of princess on hand, resting on her hip. Why are you here, dear brother? It's not often you deign to pay me a visit. She sounds a little irritable. I wonder if it's because of Mom's pushiness or my mere presence. Maybe it's both. Don't talk like that. I came to, crap. I practiced this little speech in my head on the train coming back from my grandmother's home, but saying it out loud is more difficult than I imagined. Why do I feel so nervous? This is only Otoko, for goodness sake. I've known her almost all my life. It's not like she's a fire-breathing dragon. Yes, it is. She's a fire-breathing dragon, and she's gonna kill you. Run! I think... yes, I think she's not a fire-breathing dragon. That was a good line. I just wanted to, yes, hurry up or I'll die of old age here. I meant, I'm here to give you a present. Aww. Oh, a present? Yeah, it's to make up for me not getting you a gift in Tokyo. I felt a little bad about it, I guess, so I bought you something in town yesterday to make up for it. So that's what you were doing yesterday. I did wonder. Well, yeah. I figured, since I was going out, I might as well. And did that girl help you, the one from the cafe? Well... we're not going to talk about this again, are we? I guess I was a fool for thinking it wouldn't come up. Otoko can be like a dog with a bone, particularly when it comes to gossip. She doesn't read all those magazines for nothing. Just... who was that girl? You? Your girlfriend? She was a girl, and she was my friend, but... where's she now? Didn't you say she was from Tokyo? She is. She already went back home to spend New Year's with her parents. I see. Otoko purses her lips together. She doesn't look entirely convinced. So, she only came down here for a day? That's right. To spend with you. Why is she acting like that's the most unbelievable part of my story? I guess? You guess? She scoffs. You mean you don't know? We're not that close. I know how it must look, but she really isn't my girlfriend. She only came out here because she wanted to see the countryside. We're both members of the photography club, so she wanted to take some photos. Wow, this is a really detailed lie. I really am a member of a photography club at university, but my grandmother obviously isn't. Yeah, you don't have to explain to me that you're lying. I know. You have to explain to us that the grandmother's not in the photography club. In case some people will be so confused and be like, wait a minute, the grandmother's in the photography club? I do have a couple of female friends in the club though, so I guess it's not a complete lie. It is a complete lie, but it's a pretty damn good lie. It was pretty good. I see. So, you seriously weren't on a date yesterday? No, we were just shopping. You must really like her, you to go shopping with her. I know how you feel about that. Don't be so prickly. I really am trying to be nice to you. Oh? You're doing this out of the kindness of your heart? Is that really it? What do you mean? Please, I'm not an idiot, dear brother. I can smell blackmail a mile away. Blackmail? What? You don't want mom and dad to know about your friend, so you're trying to buy my silence. That's not what blackmail is. That's a bribe. It's bribery. You smell bribery a mile away. That's what this is all about, isn't it? You're the one blackmailing me, then. You're being stupid. I bought this gift even before I ran into you and Emery. That's what you say, but how am I supposed to know that? This isn't going very well. I bought that gift hoping that I could somehow reconnect with my little sister, but the gap between us feels even larger than before. While I'm standing here in her bedroom, largely a relic of her early childhood, it doesn't feel like we're bonding. In fact, it feels like the exact opposite. How can I convince her? Do you have a receipt? I'm not lying. You can believe whatever you want, but that girl wasn't my girlfriend, and I didn't buy you a gift to butter you up. I bought you a gift because I wanted to. And why would you waste your time on me? I know you don't like me. You demanded a gift earlier, and then he went and bought you a gift. It's not that confusing. You basically battered him into buying you a gift, Otoko. Because I don't know if I've always been the best older brother to you, and I want to show you that I'm sorry. Aw. You're sorry? Yeah. I bowed my head, a little abashed at my own guilty confession. For some reason... Oh man, this is making me cry a little bit. Damn it. Why am I so weak? I can't quite meet my sister's eyes. You don't need to like the gift. In fact, I think you'll hate it. And you don't need to like me, but I want you to know. I swallow and take a deep breath. You can be a pain sometimes, and I don't like how you talk to me, but that doesn't change the fact that we're family. I guess thinking about it a little, I've always been jealous of you. Hey, you. Otoko looks at the floor, her voice unusually awkward. You don't need to hit me with all that mushy stuff, really. I don't care if you have a girlfriend. I was just trying to annoy you. I figured, but what I said is true, you know? I was always jealous of you. It's obvious Dad likes you the best. I always got better grades than you. But no matter what I did, Dad praised and spoiled you instead. He acts like you can do nothing wrong. You're his princess. Oh, do you want to be Dad's princess too? Not really, but I'd like it if you had a bit more faith in me. It doesn't help that you're so confident. You're pushy and headstrong, and I guess I've always been in your shadow. That's why I used to bully you when we were kids, and that's why I've been so cool to you lately. But I think it was wrong of me. This actually made me cry a little bit, this use apology. So, I'm embarrassed. Although, not so embarrassed that I tried to hide it, I guess. I was being immature, so I just want to give the game credit for pulling off some emotionally powerful stuff when it deserves it. I pulled the carrier bag from behind my back and handed it to my sister. Now let's see if the game can pull off like the ultimate win and just not do anything, not do any more like meandering, that's another word, meandering, not do any more meandering descriptions before the end of the game. I bet they will not. Here, take it. I don't think you'll like it, but I'm no good with women's fashion, and I guess it's the thought that counts? Plus, those hairpins were pretty expensive. Not that I can tell Otoko that, even if she does end up hating them. Telling people just how much money you spent on them is a pretty gauche Gosh move. That's the main word that I should know. Gosh, is it gosh? Gauche, right? Gauche? How do you pronounce that? I feel like I've seen that before, and I should know what this means.
Gauche.
Gauche. Yeah, gauche. Lacking ease or grace, unsophisticated, and socially awkward. Gauche. Man, this game is like really smartening me up. I'm a little bit. I gotta say, I'm a bit impressed by this game's like vocabulary and like writing at times. I think it's like they try to. It's a thin line that they're treading, and they go way over it sometimes with like ridiculously overly wordy descriptions that I feel are a bit over the top. But at the same time, I'm feeling like there's. I'm impressed a little bit with the use of sophisticated language and words and stuff like that. That I'm learning a new vocabulary as I play the game, which is kind of cool. Still, I can't help but worry that the girl in the antique shop swindled me. She said the beads at the top of the pins were real topaz and jade, but I'm beginning to have my doubts. I'm not a professional jeweler, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. If I were a Toko, I probably would have demanded proof for all her lofty claims, then haggled the price down to half her asking rate. But I'm not a Toko. We might be related, but we're not at all alike. There we go. Let's see. He went off on a tangent there. There it is. Tangent. Another word that I should have been using earlier. Going off on tangents and meandering. That's something I would accuse this game of. Well, you're acting totally weird today, but whatever. I guess it'd be stupid to turn down a free gift. Otoko accepts the carrier bag from me. Her fingers grip it slowly, tentatively, as though it contains some form of a deadly mushroom. Maybe she thinks it's some weird, underhanded attempt to poison her. I know I haven't been the nicest to her, but it's not like I want to kill her. Really. Otoko opens the bag cautiously and peers inside. Her eyes narrowed. She blinks. And then, very slowly, she extracts the antique hairpins from the bottom of the bag. Trophy urn, fit for a princess. She turns it over in her hands. What is this? It's a hairpin. It looks ancient. I think it might be. Yes. How strange. Though the hairpin is worn and scuffed from age, it still shimmers beneath the lights of her pale pink bedroom. It looks prettier than it did in the antique store, where it was surrounded by shelves upon shelves of old tat. Removed from that gloomy environment, it now seems more special somehow. I can tell how old this hairpin is from a glance, but that only seems to add to its worth. It's not a newly manufactured piece of jewelry, something that could be displayed in a shiny magazine. It had some real history. Otoko, however, remains oddly silent. I'm getting emotional again. I guess I can take that as a rejection. You don't like it, do you? Didn't think you would. I know it's not really your style, but you're right. It's not my style, but I guess it's kind of pretty. You think so? The bead on the end. It looks like it's made out of something precious. The lady at the store said some of these hairpins are made from topaz and some from jade. I bet these cost a lot of money. Not that much. I don't want her to know the truth. That would be much too embarrassing. Well, it's a bit of a pointless gift. I mean, I can't wear these outside. It wouldn't go with any of my clothes. I figured. It would have been much better if you bought me a bikini, and more cost-effective too. A nice swimsuit would have been half as expensive as these pins. You're probably right, but I appreciate the thought, I guess. You mean you like the gift? Kind of. I mean, it's not something I choose for myself, but it's exactly the kind of thing you'd choose for me, so I guess it's alright. It's a very you-like present. More than a bikini? As if you'd buy me anything useful. I prefer the finer things in life. I think you're just pretentious, and you're not even a real hipster anyway. You still watch Dragon Ball. That's funny. Dragon Ball is good. It's popular for a reason. I don't know. Still watching Dragon Ball at the age of... Well, I guess he's only a little over 20. He's still a kid, basically. It's popular with little boys, you baby. I'm 40 years old. I watched Dragon Ball when I was a kid, but I don't think I would watch it now. It's got a new season. Hey, it's got a new season not that long ago. It's turning into a product placement ad for Dragon Ball. Loads of older fans are watching it. We grew up with this series. Whatever. I agree with Otoko here. Otome, I should say. Otoko rolls her eyes. Otome. She doesn't look very impressed by my rebuttal. You're not as smart as you think you are, but... Well, this present was nice. It was a nice surprise, even if it's a bit useless, so... Thanks. You mean that? I wouldn't say it if I didn't. Well, thank God for that. I was starting to sweat a little there. I would have thought that my prickly little sister would respond to my present so positively. Well, I guess her reaction isn't completely positive, but at least she thanked me. That means more to me than she may ever know. Maybe my wish wasn't so impossible after all. Hey, Otoko shifts from foot to foot awkwardly, which is unusual behavior for her. Oh, is she gonna ask him to help her put on the kimono? There's something I want to tell you. What's that? It's just that, I know I can be a little mean to you sometimes too, you. I guess that's what siblings do, but I don't know. You said you were jealous of me, but I thought I was the one who was always jealous of you. Jealous? What do you have to be jealous about? You're way more confident than I am, and you've always been so popular. Maybe, but you've always done better than me in school. My teachers are always sighing and asking me why I'm not more like you. It gets tiring. I blink at her, surprised. I'm so used to Dad praising Otoko at the end of the earth and back that I can't imagine anybody telling her to be more like me. Who would want to be me, anyway? I don't always want to be me. And that's not all. You're older than me, and you always get treated like the mature, responsible one, but Mom and Dad think I'm a little kid. Mom seems to think I can't even dress myself. Otoko looks at the kimono on her bed with obvious distaste. And I'm stuck in this tiny town in the middle of nowhere while you get to go off to Tokyo. It's just not fair. I'm sure you'll be able to go to Tokyo soon enough. Your grades are good enough. Not as good as yours. Yeah, but being confident can go a long way. Compared to you, I'm a loser who still watches Dragon Ball, remember? Well, you got that right. Otoko grins at me, her eyes glittering with childish mischief. I smile back at her. I can't help myself. For the first time in a long, long time, I'm actually having a normal conversation with my sister. We're getting along like siblings should. It almost feels like a miracle. I know I'm being unfair, though. I mean, you can't help being older than me, any more than you can't help being a massive nerd. It pissed me off so much thinking you were off in the big city while I was stuck here, but I knew I was being irrational. This town isn't all bad, you know? You have a lot of friends here, and it's not totally barren, I guess. But Otoko doesn't sound convinced. Oh well, I'll get older eventually. Then you'll wish you were a teen again. Heh, maybe. I never thought of it like that before. Well, whatever. I can't wear these pins with my normal clothes, but it would be a shame to waste them. I want to get a bit of use out of them at least. So, what are you going to do? Otoko taps her fingers against her nose. You'll just have to wait and see, my dear brother. Uh-oh. She's going to put on the kimono. I wonder what could be taking Otoko so long. It's already gotten so late. Alright, we're going to see Otoko in a kimono with her jewelry on. You're wearing too much, Hisako. Oh, I thought that was me, but that was Mom saying that. She'll just be doing her makeup. Don't you want her to look nice? I do, but I want to get to the shrine in good time. It takes a while to walk over to the shrine. Don't fuss so much. You get wrinkles when you do that. I have wrinkles already. I don't even notice them, dear. You look wonderful to me. Oh, well, if you really think so. Mom still looks unsure, but she smiles all the same. I guess she's allowed Dad's silver tongue to talk her over. I think she said win her over. Dad grins, pleased with his success, and throws his arms around Mom in a warm embrace. That's the ticket. You look lovely when you smile. Don't be silly, dear. I'm not being silly. I'm deadly serious. I'm a lucky man having two beautiful women in my life. Dad glances at me and laughs. And a handsome son, of course. This would work so much better if they had bothered to draw up sprites for the dad and mom. Thanks. By the way, you. Dad's eyes sparkle. I think I know where he's going with this. It's the same tired old joke he always uses whenever it happens to cross his mind. I grit my teeth together, trying to prepare myself. You're quite pretty yourself. Have you ever thought about being a male model? That was the joke, right? And then he laughs uproariously, as though he said the funniest thing in the world. I bite down on my lower lip to stop myself retorting. I know my dad's a good man, and he means well. He just says stupid things sometimes. He's not the most tactful of parents. And speaking of models, I can see a vision of loveliness coming down the stairs right now. Here she comes. I turn my head. So does Mom. Here comes the kimono. There, standing in the entrance hall. Alright. It goes with the earrings. It's my younger sister. She's foregoing her casual clothes, and she's wearing the kimono Mom picked out for her. It's not really Otoko style. The kimono's a little staid in plain colors, without much of a pattern to set it off. It's very safe. The kimono smooths out the curves Otoko is so proud of, rendering her whole body straight and flat like a plank of wood. I'm so used to seeing Otoko dressed so demurely. I'm unused to seeing her dressed so demurely. Her arms and legs completely covered, and it comes off as a bit of a shock. She almost looks like another girl than my sassy sister. Her makeup gives her true identity away, though. No matter how modest her clothes, she's retained her false eyelashes and mascara, her eyeliner, and her hair too. Toko's hair is auburn, like fall leaves, and it's obviously dyed, a little darker at her roots than the tips. And the skewered through the side ponytail she so often wears is a hairpin. The hairpin is scuffed and faded from age, but the small drop of jade at the end shimmers brightly all the same, like Beetlejuice in the night sky. Managed to come back to Beetlejuice after all that time. She's wearing the present I bought her. She actually wore that kimono she hates, just so she had an excuse to use my present. Oh, Otome, you look lovely. Yeah, I just hope Amiri doesn't see me like this. She busts a lung laughing. I don't see why she'd laugh, honey. You look different, yes, but different can be good. But whatever made you change your mind? Was it you? Huh, as if he could ever talk me around. I just decided to dress like this because I wanted to, that's all. But despite her protests, her cheeks are flushed with pale pink. I don't think she's telling the truth. She did this for my sake, didn't she? Oh, I'm crying again. Damn it. Damn my emotions. Alright. I gotta admit, I really do love this game. This is a great, lovely little cute story. Maybe it was her way of apologizing. Jesus, I can't even speak. Her way of apologizing for always. She's apologizing for always making fun of me. Maybe it was her way of apologizing for always making fun of me. Somehow that was a tongue twister. I don't know if anybody else would have trouble reading that, but I sure did. And that hairpin is gorgeous. Where did you get it? It was a present. It looks rather expensive to be a simple present. Was it a gift from a boy? Not telling. I wonder. Well, Otoko's around that age. I expect her to have a boyfriend or two by now. Oh my gosh. Otoko's face heats up. She glares at the floor, scowling. Whatever. Are we going or what? I know I'm gorgeous, but you don't need to stand there gulping. Of course. We should get a move on. That's right. We don't want to miss out on the festivities. I can hardly wait. As the four of us prepare to leave the house, I glance over my shoulder at Otoko. She's having a bit of difficulty with her wooden sandals. She's trying to balance on one leg, sliding the sandal onto her feet, but her constricting kimono makes it difficult. She nearly overbalances, and then she swears under her breath. That's about what I expect from Otoko. She isn't sweet and simpering. She might be wearing a kimono now, but she's a far cry from her traditional Japanese beauty. I don't think Otoko will ever change her ways, but I don't think she needs to. She's happier the way she is. And I guess I'm happier she's the way she is too. Though we've never seen eye to eye in the past, I don't think I'd trade my little sister for the world. Guys, what you're seeing right here, used feelings toward Otoko now. This is what you call Stockholm Syndrome setting in. So this is a sad, tragic story of a young boy succumbing to Stockholm Syndrome and developing undeserved affection toward his fascistic, cruel, evil younger sister, who will one day rule the world. Alright, let's keep going. Blood is thicker than water. Hey you, why are you looking at me like that? Is my eyeliner wonky? Oh no, it looks fine. I was just thinking... About what? Well, I should probably thank you, I guess. Why? For wearing one of those hairpins. It means a lot to me. Like I care. I'm not doing this for you. Are you sure? I'm always sure. I just didn't want you to feel bad because you spent a lot of money on something stupid. I appreciate it. Whatever. Shall we go? We're gonna hold up Mom and Dad. Oh, right, of course. The two of us leave the house. Okay, finally this game can end. Stepping out briskly into the cool night. The stars up ahead twinkle brightly. I wonder if I could name all the constellations. I bet you can, motherfucker, because you're obsessed with the fucking stars. If my grandfather were with me, I'm sure he could, but I have something more precious to focus on right now. Okay, in that case, I'm expecting you not to mention Beetlejuice, and not to mention the Capella or whatever the fuck. No more star talk. Focus on the precious thing. My sister, Otoko. No wait, that's not quite right. I've been making one crucial mistake for a long, long time, but it shouldn't be too late to try and make amends. Hey, what is it now? Are you going to say something mushy again? No. You're gonna call her Otome? Well, maybe. Ha! I knew it. I was just thinking. In the end, I'm really happy I have you for my sister, Otome. Oh, you called her Otome. Oh, hearing you call me that feels a little weird. Why? Isn't that what you want to be called? It is, but you've never bothered remembering before. I know I haven't. It's easy to get stuck in old habits when I've known you for so long. But I'm going to try my best. I don't want to upset you over this. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, now it's Otome. Nice. I guess we'll just see how long this change of heart lasts. That's a pretty cool touch. I like how they did that. They changed her name to Otome. The two of us walked together through the street, the soles of our shoes falling against the ground. Now I actually appreciate... I actually have chills going down my spine. I actually appreciate that they called her Otoko the whole time, so that they could put the switch at the end. That was pretty clever. The hairpin skewered through my sister's hair sparkles through the moonlight, so breathtakingly beautiful. It's hard for me to look away. All things considered, I think this is going to be a very good new year indeed. Oh, fuck. That was a trek getting through that visual novel. But, it is over now, right? I think it must be over. You're just giving me the white screen? That's it? I guess I'm gonna try clicking X. Because this white screen is not entertaining me. There we go. Back to the beginning, right? A Winter's Daydream. We did it, guys. Trophy earned. End of the story. Alright, we did it. Trophy earned. A platinum. A Winter's Daydream platinum. Okay, nice. I got a platinum, guys. Bet you're all jealous. Buy this game, earn a platinum by playing it. Jesus Christ. I'm curious about the extras. I guess we can have a look at that. Well, I could have changed the narration style, the text speed, the music volume, and the sound volume. And I could have turned on autoplay. This game, for me, I think it would be better if it had a save function. Although I guess the lack of a save function forces you... Well, it doesn't really force you to do anything, because like, I'm still able to just skip through the dialogue. But, so I feel like a save function would be nice. It'd be a nice... And the ability to go back and read dialogue that you accidentally skip. That's an important function for visual novels. So here's the gallery. There's you. Our first introduction of the sister, Otome. Young grandma eating dessert. And oh, the kiss. Her broken heart and the kimono. the magical embrace, and the young lovers together again, reunited, and Otome receiving her gift. Beautiful moments. Music. This is Two Hearts Apart. I'm pretty sure this is the same song that we were just listening to. About Quiet Journey. This music's good. I think at a certain point, some of it gets a little repetitive after a while. I think this song in particular, it's like a little bit cheesy, like elevator music kind of thing. Safe and Sound. I really like that one. What a klutz. This is cute. They made pretty good use of music here. Yeah, I love all these songs. The only one I don't really like is Wrapped Up Warm. I think that one killed me. Alright, we did it. Notes. Hello and thank you for reading A Winter's Daydream. I hope you enjoyed reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. I did really enjoy it. Good job. Sorry about my criticisms. I think all in all it was a great story. How the story came into existence is a bit strange. Last year I was browsing through random visual novels database so I could send some text box / UL references to one of my UI artists when I stumbled across the grandmother / grandson's incest tag. It was funny the specific niche fetish had its own tag at all. So I looked through some of the relevant VNDP entries to see what these VNs looked like. Oh my god. I'm a bit horrified. After this formative experience, I started joking that I should write a similar story with an impossibly cute / young grandmother as the main heroine. I didn't genuinely intend to write this as a story, but then I got a few ideas in spite of myself, and A Winter's Daydream was born. Jesus Christ. Born from ancestral roots. Though this story was mostly conceived as a joke, it ended up a little more serious than I first imagined. Perhaps that was inevitable when the main theme of the story is transience of life, and how it's impossible to regain one's lost youth or go back in time. While I was working on this story, my own great aunt was taken to the hospital. She's been ill and on and off for 3 years now, and she mostly talks, when she can talk, about people who have already died, like her husband, my great uncle. I always hated going to visit my great aunt when I was younger because I thought her house was boring and there was nothing to do there. Oh Jesus, it's like I'm reading Yu's story all over again. One last introspective, meandering, tangential anecdote to go through, right? I wrote a lot of angry and dissatisfied diary entries about this when I was 7/8. Lately, I've begun to feel a little bit guilty that I never really spoke to her when she was healthy enough to have a prolonged conversation, and I wondered if I wasted my chance to get to know her. This story was created from these emotions, and I tried to get this wistful, slightly guilty feeling across through the main protagonist, Yu. At least his case, his grandmother is pretty healthy, even before she regained some of her youth, so he still has a chance to repair their relationship. I still wanted some comedy elements in the story, though, so hopefully the more lighthearted scenes balance out the somber ones. I would say that they did. I'd say that it was like a great, fun, cute comedy story that was touching at times, so I'd say it was great. I suppose I could have set the story in UK, like a lot of my other stories, but I decided on Japan because it was inspired by a VNDB tag. I don't know what VNDB is. I suspect it's something terrible. I've only seen applied to Japanese VNs, virtual novels. Oh, virtual novel of the database. Okay, it wasn't dirty. And because I happened to be reading Penance by Masato Kane when I originally had this idea, Independence is a thriller story set in the Japanese countryside. So I took some inspiration from that when describing the village Umeko lives in. That might be why I made Umeko a fan of mystery / thriller / detective stories too. I forgot about that detail entirely. I'm kind of glad I did forget about that, because when I heard that, I would have expected them to make the story a mystery thriller / detective story, which it definitely wasn't. So I'm kind of glad that I managed to forget that. Otherwise, I might have been expecting a mystery this whole time. In the end, I hope the story was able to put some smiles on people's faces. Despite being relatively short, I enjoyed writing it a lot, and I hope you enjoyed your time with it too. A Winter's Daydream has a pretty silly premise, so it's easy to treat it like a joke, but I'm fond of it all the same. Yeah, it deserves your fondness. It's a good game. Alright, that was a nice little extra screen. I'd say all in all, I really enjoyed this game. I guess I should make a review of it sometime soon. I'm leaning toward something like a 9 out of 10. I think it's a bit generous, but I really like the story. There's definite little flaws in the game, but overall I'm pretty impressed with the writing and everything. So I'll be putting up a review of this sometime soon. But for now, I guess we could just stop here. See y'all next time. What happens if I hit resume? Where will it start me? Loading. A Winter's Daydream. Will it start me at the beginning? I kind of hope it would start me at the beginning. Although, generally, it would probably start me at the last chapter, right? Is what you'd expect. I guess in a way it would make more sense to start you at the last chapter, because you can, if you want to start a new game, you can just click start. New game plus. Yep, stepping out briskly into the cool night. Well, Toko becomes Otome at the end. Really nice detail at the end there. Okay, so we got resume done, and I guess that's it. I'm leaving now. See y'all next time. This has been A Winter's Daydream. Enjoyed making these Let's Plays. Great little, nice visual novel. It's been a fun little experience. There's been points where I criticized the writing for being a bit meandering, but I think all in all, it probably on some level enhanced the experience of the game. Well, off we go. It's only the 28th of December, but snow is falling outside the train windows. There wasn't any snow in Tokyo, though the air was crisp and chilly, cold enough to make you burrow your hands a little deeper into your pocket. It didn't snow. It's different if you travel a little further north, though. Yeah, you don't say. You travel north and it gets colder. It gets colder much here early. It gets colder here much earlier. Yep, you go north and it gets colder. Thanks a lot, you. Good observation. Everything is cold in the northern countryside, except people's hearts, as my dad's like saying. Okay, alright. Very nice, very lovely sentiment. People's hearts never grow cold, people. Let's end on that note.